just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. Oh! And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So the Ravens will come out, and they are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense. And when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the
and this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
Bateman is the motion man. On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
On play action, here's Jackson. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Isaiah McGuire in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's third down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Fourth down, Jackson. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on fourth down.
Love the idea of going for it on fourth down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on fourth down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
He takes off. Did a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold him to a short game.
Down in the red zone, designed quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
They face second down and 7. Off the play fake, Jackson. Flush to his right. There he goes, and he's into the end zone. points in the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first, and now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. DeAndre Carter on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the veterans. Still go. Former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023. It's Joe Flacco.
And here we have a former Super Bowl MVP. Now, Mike, he might not be what he once was, but you can argue he has transitioned into being one of, if not the most reliable backup quarterback in the entire NFL. Whenever he's been forced into the starting lineup, he gives your team a chance. That's all you could ask for, especially at this point in his career.
And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drop.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
Flacco. That's complete. It's Cedric Tillman. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, Cleveland.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
You know what they say, Mike, is the best third down play in the NFL? Don't get to third down. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been a clinic so far here on their opening drive. 3 plays, 3 first downs, and now the question is, can they take advantage of this fast start and come away with some points?
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. What are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up first and goal. So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's third down and goal. Here's Flacco to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
Kevin Stefanski going to turn to his field goal unit. This, about as short as you can get. No issues there. This one is good. And the Browns, they're on the board. It's 7-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Justice Hill to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see the football for the second time. Start out on the ground with Henry. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. That's quickly to Andrews on the RPO. They'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Baltimore first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Play action now. Jackson. Open right side is likely. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the first down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And At this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
On second down, here's a run with Henry. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Ravens first down.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
How would you like to be a defender and see a guy like this coming full steam ahead, trying to barrel down on you? I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if I'm cut out for that, and you can see why. His ability to play through contact is just a lot to handle.
Finding space at the 15. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
Really nice job getting this ball out to the edge, and then once he's able to get clear of the D-line, get vertical and accelerate down the sideline. That's a great run. He's forced out of bounds, but not before setting up first and goal.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
And he's in! Lamar Jackson! Touchdown, Ravens. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
The extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good. And the Ravens extend their advantage to 14-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Browns offense ready to take over for their second possession. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That one good for 29.
First down, Browns.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
That is brought in at the 10. And he is going to be out of bounds. That's a pickup of 33. The defense bewildered. A rough start to this drive.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. On this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, and probably for the rest of this game. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Another shot at it from the 9. Second down and goal. Again, it'll be 4. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1.
Short of the goal line.
Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on 4th down.
Who wants it more here? 4th and goal from the 1. They bring Judy in motion. They'll run for it. It's 4. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
And what a job here by the defensive line. They've got to hold their ground. Any sort of push by the offense is going to result in a touchdown. But here, the defense comes through with a huge goal line stand, and they're able to keep this offense out of the end zone.
Jackson going to keep it himself. And he's going backwards here. They're going to take him down. Back at the 5.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Hopkins sent in motion. He'll take off again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight. But nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 11. Back near his goal line. Jackson. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
13 yards on the play.
This just kills you as a defensive coordinator. Here you are thinking you're going to get a 3 and out, get off the field, pick up some momentum for your team, and you allow the quarterback to get loose with his legs, and he's able to pick up just enough on 3rd down to convert. And now you got to go back out and defend a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. And into the hands of Flowers. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here, and that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football quarter number 2 begins as they come up to face 3rd and 5. In motion goes Likely. On 3rd down, here's a run by Henry. And that's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up fourth down.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
On the return, it's Carter. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive starts with a carry by 4. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
2nd and 10. Throwing, Flacco. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. And once he got his head around, he realized he was in danger. I mean, luckily, he was able to get rid of that ball before it turned into a negative play.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's the 4. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Flacco. Open man, left side, he's got it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
First time they've looked his way tonight.
Cleveland.
Good time to do it. It's a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with that.
Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
And he just continues to show the ability to extend drives with his legs. It's not something people immediately bring up when they talk about him, Mike, but as we've seen, he's more than capable of making something happen whenever the opportunity presents itself.
That'll be incomplete with a penalty flag down. It looked like someone was across early.
Still first down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Flacco to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But
under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. And as Malachi starts, the rookie safety, drafted in the first round, gets in for the sack.
what started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up third and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
This is the 8th play of this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Here's Flacco. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Did they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes Hill on the return. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland. And he'll take it back for the touchdown. What a tremendous mistake there. You want to secure the ball and give it to your offense, not give it up to the other team for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I think this is the fine line that all kick returners face, Mike. I think they all want to be impact players. When they get the ball in their hands, they think every play can be 6. But sometimes you got to know when it's over. You got to make sure at the end of this play, my offense is able to take the field and maintain possession. In this case, not only do you turn it over, you give them a quick touchdown on the other side.
The kicking team off for the extra point. He's got it. And the Browns move back to within 1.
The score, Ravens 14, Browns 13.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Hill on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. But that's good for 8 yards.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 2. On the ground, here's Henry. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough chance.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Jackson looking to throw. Open man is beaten. He's got him. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Now Jackson, this a design run. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Hopkins sent in motion. He'll run again. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Now, faking the give. This one caught downfield by Flowers. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for another.
They get 25 on that connection. 1st down, Baltimore.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
They're running on 1st down with Henry. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Now a screen set up for Henry. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that 1st down. And he'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
Gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's the give to Henry running right.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. Now Lamar going to hang on to it. And he's going to be marked out down at the 5. They convert with a gain of 15.
I love this call, Mike. Put the pressure on the defense to make the right decision. In this case, they decide to go after the running back, but it's the quarterback who pulls it and keeps it himself and is able to convert for the 1st down.
1st and goal, and it's Henry. Powering forward. He's in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Point after, coming up here. got it. And the Ravens extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13.
The
kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it down Carter. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll look to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's now second.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target, and it'll be third down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Odafe Owe, bursting it and recording the sack.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
So on fourth down, the lefty Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Lejante Wester deep for Baltimore. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. On play action, here's Jackson. Off he goes. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
Good for a Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Jackson now to throw on first down. He'll look underneath for Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Raven first down.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
On the handoff, it's Henry. He'll take this ahead for a yard, down to the 49. Devin Bush, there on the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
So, just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers.
Complete to Zay Flowers. A gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Jackson now. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
That's just a brutal miss, especially on 3rd down. I mean, if he delivers a good ball, Mike, that's a completion, 1st down, and this drive is alive. And I think he just tried to be a little too perfect, and he overshoots his target, and he's not there in time to reel it in.
Fourth down, Jackson. That's caught, left side, it's complete. And he's going to have the Ravens' 1st down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Second and 11. Slot man in motion right. 2nd down, Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They pick up 17 through the air. 1st down, Baltimore.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Again, right up the middle to Henry. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
He'll go again here with Henry. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he's in! Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the 1st half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. His kick is good. And the Ravens add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
Browns 13.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Carter on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Flacco to throw. Completing that one to Carter. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Flacco. Finding space at the 40. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Now Flacco. Back over the middle and caught by Judy.
Complete to number 3, Jerry Judy. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Ravens' 48-yard line.
2nd and a yard. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Looking deep here for Tillman. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. Cedric Tillman was the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down. Throwing, Flacco. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of down.
1st down, Cleveland.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the 1st down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
Quick throw, taken in. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd. Clock is stopped at 26 seconds until the break.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Second down, they need 3. To throw is Flacco. A throw caught by Judy on the outside. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
1st down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
So the Browns going to bring out their kicker and try a field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Browns will cut into that lead.
16.
Really impressive way to close out this first half. I mean, you think about it, Mike, they come away with points. They leave virtually no time remaining for their opponent to possess the ball. And on top of that, they get the ball first coming out of the break, so they'll get a chance here to double up points if they can have a good opening possession of the second half.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes Ford on the return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Browns offense and Joe Flacco getting ready for the next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Flacco to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Here's Flacco. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Third and a yard. They'll try and run for the first down. It's 4. That's a gain of 18 yards.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Jerome Ford. And the move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. It's a Browns first down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, we're going to be in for a long day. So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
He'll look to throw. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
So the Browns going to bring out their kicker and try a field goal. And he missed it. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A gain of 2.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Forced out to his right. Woo. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. A gain there of 21. Good for a Raven first down.
Good for a Baltimore.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
Jackson going to keep it himself. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him, and in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
Jackson now on second down. Flowers with the catch. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And the Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll run. It's Henry. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Now, Jackson. Look wide. Get this one complete. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everything.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On the give, here's Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. In motion goes Likely. Jackson on 3rd and 2. And he's got another one. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. And make that 3 rushing touchdowns. You think quarterback gets a 3-touchdown day, it's pretty good. 3 on the ground, that, Greg, is excellent.
It's just so hard, Mike, for a defense to account for a quarterback that can do this amount of damage with his legs. And there's a fine line, but I'll tell you what, when they unleash him as a runner, he's about as good as it gets.
An extra point attempt to follow. It's up and good. And the Ravens will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Browns 16.
All right, Scott, thank you. 2nd half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes Ford on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here. Oh, the ball's out. And the Ravens have come up with the football. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
The Ravens offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Pistol give to Henry. That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
On the tackle. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line.
2nd down and 3. Gonna go right back to Henry. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 1.
On the option, they give it to Henry. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Ford on the return. Yeah, and a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Browns offense about ready to take over once more. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to air this one out. That's the Pro Bowl safety, Kyle Hamilton. And solid return as he gets it up past the 45-yard line.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some 1st downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. He'll get about 2. Carson Schlesinger there on the stop.
At his 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. In motion goes Likely. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
On third down, Jackson. This one down the field, but will wind up incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Now a handoff to Ford. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation. But now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
That's caught by Ford. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They'll get 19 out of that play. First down, Cleveland.
Browns.
Having the ability to move your running back to the widest receiver, they call those the number 1 receiver, meaning he's the closest to the sideline. It really forces a defense to show their hand. Do we keep a corner out there, and I know it's zone, or do I move a linebacker or safety out there, and now you tell the offense that it's man coverage? So the versatility and the chess piece that is the running back position, it could do so much to help not only the play caller, but also the quarterback. So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are all holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain of 16 yards. It's a Browns first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup. I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
Second and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I think you just rush that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. A gain of 17 yards. First down, Cleveland.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Browns.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
Here's Flacco to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. The Pro Bowler the last 2 years, Nnamdi Madubuike, in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. Now here comes the screen to Ford. This one's going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
That's just bad timing by the offensive line. They've got to get their linemen out in front of him, so either the linemen need to go faster or the back just needs to be more patient. But either way, they're just not in sync on that screen pass.
Not fun here. 3rd and a lot. Now Flacco. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And anytime this offense gets themselves going in the right direction, it just seems like the pass rush finds a way to make a play of their own, and they have completely dominated this game up until this point. I mean, it is no surprise they're playing with the lead as a result.
So the Browns going to bring out their kicker and try a field goal. This from 45 yards away. His kick is perfect. And the Browns are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes Hill on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Number 5 overall pick, Mason Graham, there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll run the draw, and here's Henry. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Baltimore.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A quick slant to Flowers. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll run it with Henry.
Garrett Henry, the ball carrier, taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
Ravens bring their punt team out as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that's a thing of beauty. Out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Their own 6-yard line.
Browns offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Open this drive on the ground with 4. That one is snuffed out. Going to lose yardage. Back to the 3.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Flacco. He takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
3rd and 6. Throwing, Flacco. Going deep downfield for Judy. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
I say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. On the ground, here's Henry. And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake. Jackson. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And They'll hold them to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
The shotgun, here's Jackson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And on 3rd down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and falls incomplete.
Ravens sending the punt team out there. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Browns offense ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
To throw is Flacco. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Flacco to throw. That'll be taken in by 4. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really nice play recognition there by the defense. They sensed the quarterback had nowhere to go downfield, and that ball was going to be checked down. The moment that ball hit the running back's hands, there was nowhere to go.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Looking deep here for Tillman. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Gonna give the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
This is Henry, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
Buddy Hickman on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 16-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll go again here with Henry. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Carson Swetzinger on the tackle. A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. Jackson. There's that man again. Another catch. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and
Well,
goal
let's give
at the
some credit to the
7-yard
big
line.
boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. it's second and goal.
No gain on the
Running back
play.
looked a little
Leads to
unsure of
second
himself on
and
that
goal.
carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
They'll go with him again. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for third and goal.
2-yard pickup brings up third and goal.
Now it's Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And he will dive into the end zone. Justice Hill. Touchdown, Ravens. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Point after try forthcoming.
The extra point.
He gets it to go, and the Ravens will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Browns 19.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Carter on the return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready for this next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Here's Flacco. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
Smith in on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at their 49-yard line.
They'll run once more with 4. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Set to go now on first and 10. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
David Njoku. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and inches at the 32-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They'll look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
He is going to have a Browns first down. At least at first glance, They'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. A run straight ahead. That's Ford. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
He'll look to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. A gain there of 11. It's a Browns first down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL. Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Simpson getting in for the sack, and that's going to make it 3rd and goal.
Even when it seems like they're putting a nice drive together, Mike, they just can't seem to escape this pass rush. It has been relentless all game long, and they get him here again.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
And he's going to be taken down. Couldn't get rid of the football. They turn it over. Stop on 4th and goal.
So as an offensive coordinator, you have to have answers for what the defense throws at you. And in this case, your quarterback is sitting back there. He has nowhere to go with the ball on 4th down. He ends up taking the sack, and now your drive is over.
The Ravens offense ready to take over possession of the football. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, they'll go with him. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
3rd and long for Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. And now here comes the punt team as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Browns offense getting set to get back to work. Throw, right side, taken by Njoku. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12.
It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Cleveland. Here's Flacco to throw. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he'll be written out of bounds after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the Ravens' 31-yard line.
2nd down, they need 3. Now Flacco. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Flacco. That is intercepted. Picked up
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
This is Hill, and he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They take care of business here at home. It's a game they weren't expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.